Last time on the Group Hardcore Iron Man series, we headed off to raids and got absolutely nothing, but we made up for it at Demonic Gorillas. Roidie got 2 Zenyte shards and I got 1, and that means we only need 1 more Zenyte shard to have all 16. What we thinking? Should I make the tentacle? I probably should.
I mean, I'm sure it won't be long before we get a whip, but I don't...
Yeah, and worst case
kinda-
scenario, I could always use the Abbey dagger if I really had to for something else.
True.
So I think
Sure.
I'll
Or,
make it.
I mean, we have spare whips. We could just put that in the storage for you.
Yeah. Well, it's all good.
Like a
Either way,
user-
I'll make the tentacle. I'll send it. So at long last, I am now the proud owner of an abyssal tentacle. Now I'm gonna be using that mostly just for bossing. Obviously you don't want to waste it on regular Slayer. We don't have any additional whips like they just said, but I mean, I'm sure we'll get extra whips at some point soon. Should I bring the hammer, or do we bring the AGS?
I'd say AGS double BGS.
Listen, man. Bring that AGS.
It's gonna be content, so
It's what a chat
I
would do.
think it's technically going to be more efficient than the hammer never hitting, having the AGS, like, on average, do 20 or 30 damage.
Yeah. Overall, I would say I'm pretty happy that I decided to go with the Orbital Godsword. The thing is, the Dragon Warhammer is an absolute zero machine, and if you've ever taken a Dragon Warhammer to Bandos, you would know what I'm talking about. It just hits so many zeros, and so the AGS maybe isn't the better necessarily thing to use, but it definitely feels a lot better. I mean, I think my max hit is somewhere in the high 60s, so... You know, when you average between hitting a 50 or a 60 and sometimes a 0, like we already said before, it's an average damage of like 30 a pop, and that just feels a lot better than hitting a 0 with a hammer like 75% of the time. Forfeit, you're fired.
Ooh, I would very much like a super combat on this one. Nope, got him.
How? You were so far away, what the
I
heck?
tried to maintain my distance, but apparently that's too close.
I'm not surprised that you don't know how to figure that out, Mr. Florida Man.
Some guy in Falls chat said I sound like a cowboy from Alabama. I don't even have a southern accent, what the hell?
Actually, that sounded very southern just now.
You
That
know, I
particular
think
thing
maybe
is
I
kinda-
put it in my own mind. I convinced myself of the accent or something.
You do sound quite Midwestern.
Well, that's fair. And I always say, I think the Midwestern accent is very general in that, like, I will admit that I have an accent, but you couldn't pinpoint North Dakota from my accent. Like, I could be anywhere in the Midwest, really.
If I had to pick anywhere in the country to go, though, based off what little I know, I probably would go to the Midwest, though. It would be my second choice behind New England.
There's nothing there, bro. I've been. There's
Exactly.
nothing there. Go to Oregon.
I don't like things. I just like to be inside and not get killed by people.
No, actually, the Midwest sounds good.
It's a very good place for that, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Florida's pretty much the worst place to be.
Not where I am, but some places, sure.
Okay, see, now that you said that, I picture you living in this, like, 60 and up community where it's nothing but old people, and you're, like, the one really attractive young one, and you, like, go out, like, I can picture you walking your garbage can to, like, the curb, and all the old ladies are fawning over you. I can picture this happening.
Mammal, I do live in a retirement community.
I knew it! I could just
Excuse
picture
me,
this.
young Billy, could you come mow my lawn, please?
I baked you some cookies, Connor. Come on over.
I mean, if I wanted to develop relationships, I'm sure I could get like a casserole a day, but I haven't really met any neighbors. No, because if I talk to anybody, I run the risk of them asking what I do, and that's just not going anywhere.
Always opens up a can of worms, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough convo. There was one conversation I had, I remember. I think I was getting a haircut. And it wasn't like the one I get, you know, my regular barber. It was just some random person. And I just really didn't feel like going through the convo. And I told the person that I worked at Menards. And I was a college student. And I lived in the dorms. Like, I created this entire, like, false persona. Just because I
And then
couldn't
they
be
start
bothered.
digging. Yo,
Hey.
I literally just said I felt a minion Godsword shard coming soon as we were killing that minion.
You are a seer. You
A
can
sage.
tell. Yeah. Well, we don't need that one, but I don't even know what our shard count is up to these days. Yes.
Wait, I got plate. I didn't even get it. He gave me a super restore instead of a super combat. What did I ask for? Did I ask for a super restore?
You asked
I
for a
think
story.
you asked for a story.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I used the altar this kill.
Okay, no, I'll get you the combat this time.
Can I blame you anyways? That way I don't have to be wrong?
Yes. Feel free.
Can I get one of those
Topsy.
combat types of the super variant, or did you already give it to me and did I just brew it down?
I gave it to you and then you brewed it down. Do you need a restore then?
Can I have another one? I already restored.
Oh, damn it! Oh, I'm not very good at this.
Sorry, I wasn't looking. Someone was telling me. They corrected you. They said, no, it's pessimistic.
All right.
Faux, the type of kid to drop his ice cream cone immediately after being handed it.
Well, that's the only way to get 2 ice cream cones, huh?
Last time I was in a park, I'd like walked by these old people on a bench. One of them was like, "Are you a bodybuilder?" And I'm like, I mean, recreationally, I could tell from the legs. And I'm like, okay. And then I left.
Oh no!
This man just told us a whole story to tell everyone that he has big legs.
It's more a critique of society that people think they can say anything to a bodybuilder and not have it be offensive.
Well, that's because bodybuilders are all
Flex
nice. I don't think I've ever met an angry bodybuilder. Like, the bigger you get, the friendlier you are.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Like, when you see, who is it, Ronnie Coleman? He's just this gigantic guy,
Ronnie.
and his voice is, like, super high-pitched.
Just imagine getting pulled over by Ronnie. Back when he was a cop. Yes, sir. Anything you say.
Yep. Yes, I was going
think I've seen that
100
video.
in that 55.
He said they used to send him to domestic disputes because as soon as she showed up, it would always stop. Yes? What's going on here?
Was that Mike Tyson?
No, that was Ronnie.
Does he have a lisp, too?
Yes, he does.
Oh my god. I thought that was a Mike Tyson. Well, there's yet another Bandos trip done with, unfortunately, no real loot. But I gotta say, I really love editing these videos back, man. It's so fun to just go back and re-listen to these conversations. So to take a bit of a break from some group content on this video, I am going to start working on getting my quest cape. The main quests that I have left to do are Dragon Slayer 2 and Song of the Elves. Now, of course, I do still have some, small random quests to do, but those are going to be the big boys I gotta get requirements for. Okay, so in order to get Song of the Elves, I need to get levels 70 Herblore, 70 Hunter, 70 Smithing, and 70 Woodcutting. So that is 4 Herblore levels. I'm about to level, so pretty much 3. That is 7 Hunter levels, 3 Smithing levels, and 1 Woodcutting level. However, I'm actually going to get that last Woodcutting level right now by questing. Well, if you can't tell by now, I'm going to finish off 70 Woodcutting by doing the Grim Tales quest. It gives about 14,000 Woodcutting XP, so should be good to go. Hello, am I lagging? Yeah, that was a lag spike. I'm gonna hop worlds. That's sketchy. Okay, fighting Glod actually sucks pretty bad, I think. Yeah, he turns your prayer off. He turns your prayer off and drains it. Timber! For some reason that beanstalk to me did not look like it was going to be limp like that. And there is the Grim Tales quest completed. Now, the XP you get from this is quite nice. That puts me, actually gonna be a Herblore level. So there's 67 Herblore, and there is also level 70 Woodcutting, which is one of the requirements for Song of the Elves checked off. Oh, and furthermore, the Dwarven Helmet is best in slot crush bonus, well, up until you get Inquisitor. So I can use that for my Dragon Warhammer specs on Corp. Okay, according to the Banked XP plugin, I do have level 70 Herblore banked, so let's make some potions. Alrighty, there is level 70 Herblore completed, without a doubt the most difficult requirement for Song of the Elves, so That's a relief. There we go. That's, you know, with Roidie being our herblore guy, that's pretty much all the higher herblore I'll ever need to get, more or less. You know, honestly, I feel like I remember Morning's End Part 1 being really short. Maybe I was thinking of Roving Elves, but that was actually a girthier quest than I recall. But I think we go talk to Erinwin, and that should be the end of Morning's End Part 1. Oh, we get 25k Thieving XP. That does give you level 58 Thieving. And now, obviously, the bad quest is on its way. And there we go. There is level 70 Smithing. I used all the gold ore I had, and then used up some mithril bars. And there is 70 Smithing. So that's a requirement for, I think, both Song of the Elves and Dragon Slayer 2 done. And there we go. There is level 60 Thieving. That should be the very last stat requirement I have for Dragon Slayer 2. Let me double check. Yep, there's all the stats done. I do need to go do a Tale of Two Cats, and then it is time. Alrighty, and time to wrap up the last prerequisite. This will be the A Tale of Two Cats quest completed. A very good quest, lots of good dialogue. What is in my present? A mouse toy, and a couple of XP lamps. And so it is time for Dragon Slayer 2. I would say without a doubt the scariest quest that you can do on a hardcore Iron Man. The first little boss fight you have to do is with Robert the Strong. He's not too bad as long as you pray range and make sure you hide behind a pillar for his big attack, and you're good to go. You do also have to fight Vorkath, but the quest variant of Vorkath is quite a bit easier than the regular one. I think it has like half the regular HP, so that's really not a problem at all, frankly. I honestly love this area of the game. It's very nostalgic to me. Whenever I'm in this area of the cave, I think of, oh, what the hell was the chick's name? In pre-EOC, there was a Slayer dungeon right here, and there was a master higher level than Duradel, and I'm drawing a blank on her name. Kuradel, that's it. Very nostalgic. And again, as far as I'm concerned, Galvek is definitely the most scary quest boss on a hardcore, simply because you can get one hit at any given time. If you don't dodge one of those fireballs, more times than not, you're dead instantly. This is really going to come down to it. My crossbow's going to hit so many zeros now. What? Are you fucking kidding me? 38 HP! All I had to do was dodge that stupid fucking rock. So, looking back at it, I'm gonna guess my ping on this world wasn't exactly the greatest, because I did click away from that boulder, but it just reacted too slowly. And then he fireballed me right afterwards, so if I didn't tell you, I would've died. So, that was annoying. Didn't get it on my first try, but it went pretty smoothly otherwise, so, I mean, I was feeling fine about it. Now, this is absolutely shenanigans. I have no idea why, but apparently I didn't actually record my second attempt. And I can't find any Twitch clips of it now either. I don't know how that's possible as a content creator, but yeah, obviously it went just as well as the previous kill, except I didn't make any mistakes at the end, so... There's Galvek down, which is a really, really big sigh of relief. I was obviously super scared of dying to a fireball, so thank God that's over with. thumped him on the head, lad. Well, good that. And there is Dragon Slayer 2 completed. We get some smithing, mining agility, and thieving XP that does not get me any levels, but I, of course, now. So first and foremost, you can access, there's a bunch of blue dragon scales down here, and a way of killing green dragons, not in the wilderness, so. If I need to grind some prayer, I can do that. We got a very convenient cooking range right next to a bank. And I am gonna go buy myself a Myth's Cape, which I can use that when I Dragon Warhammer Spec Corp. Hello, Jack. Thank you for the Myth's Cape. Beautiful. Yes, I believe I talked to Ellen. Are you interested in honing your skills? Yes, please. I reckon I'll do magic. Nice 25k XP there. And another 25k. And another 25k. Why not make it 4? Thanks, Ellen. Appreciate it. Oh, no. What's the drop rate on that? Oh, fuck me, dude. That's probably so rare. Dragon throwing axes from Drakes. Oh, God. I don't even want to know. Why does it still cost money to repair stuff in your house? Who are you paying? Yourself?
Sour Haribo gummy bears, which are nowhere near as sour as Sour Patch Kids, but that's kind of good, because they don't just burn your tongue off for 2 days.
Yeah, sour stuff is good, but they have that horrible aftertaste. You get that nasty kind of taste in the back of your mouth.
And then any water you drink just tastes weird afterward.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was a sour Skittle enthusiast, but I always regretted it because my tongue would bleed.
You know, Skittles, in my opinion, have the highest discrepancy between regular and stale. Stale Skittles are awful, but regular Skittles are pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I think when they go stale, the worst thing is the texture of them change entirely. They taste off and they're just like difficult to chew.
They kind of crumble when you bite into them.
Right.
Man, what a life lesson when they would do everything right and Swiper would still swipe. Just like, nah, fuck you. Sometimes you can play by the rules and you still get fucked.
God damn you, Swiper. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and call it a video. Thank you all very much for watching. We knocked out Dragon Slayer 2 on this episode. So that means next episode, I got to go do some Vorkath to get my backpack. If you guys did enjoy today's video, feel free to leave a like. And I will see you all soon.